Hey, everybody. So, if you missed the beginning of this, you can go back and watch the replay. I am going to go ahead and get started as I wait for y'all to pop on in here. Let me make sure we got the all message on here. So, I hope everybody is doing well. It's been a long 2 months, almost 2 months. And I have worked just about every single day. I am going to be leaving here in 20 minutes to go back to work tonight. So, anyway, I hope that everybody is doing well. And y'all make sure you hit that like button as you come in. Welcome in, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. I am outside, but I'm going to be going inside. I got some things lined up that I'm doing this weekend in the crafty corner behind me here. If y'all can see her. Rother. So I got some things in there that I'm going to be taking care of, getting some baskets together. Um, Basically, I have been working, y'all, and just being transparent. I haven't been able to get online to do a whole lot of things simply because I'm working so much. And I'm not volunteering for hours. Everyone is just being scheduled this way simply because several people um, have left. We had 6 nurses to leave, and they left because their hours were being cut. Now we're at a place where everybody's getting extra hours, but they're doing a lot of revamping of positions at my job. Basically getting rid of positions that were made up to begin with. That's pretty much how we put it because these positions, one of those things where a relative decided that they wanted to hire another relative, so they invented a position for them. Now they're going through and getting rid of all these positions simply because of everything that's going on in the world. So with that, we've had, of course, an increase in surgery because that's just the nature of the beast. For the summertime and part of the fall, we get a lot of sorry for the noise, y'all. We get a lot of orthopedic type surgeries in there from a lot of injuries, especially a lot of college football players, a lot of injuries. And as we move further into the fall, you're going to see more things like kitchen injuries, diabetes, lacerations. People having heart attacks that need a heart cath, or um, your colon problems pop up more because our diets tend to change as the holidays come in. I see 17 of y'all in here, only 5 thumbs up. Come on, hit that thumbs up for me, y'all. Girl is working hard. Yes, she is. And I have missed y'all. I really, really miss you all. Um, some of you I have talked to on the phone, and I appreciate you calling to check on me and just sending some good vibes my way. Because there's been a lot going on. I mean, a lot. So some of it I will tell you about. Of course, working has been one. Um, and in between the working and the garden and everything going on in the house, I've also had a few custom orders that I've worked on. And I am working on a baby shower right now. So I have been getting a lot of work through custom orders. Um, and then I will be, like I said, getting back into the rhythm for the holiday season that's come up. So I know some of you all have already started your holiday baskets, and that's wonderful. I have holiday baskets in there from last year that I will be moving over into this year. Plus, I will be making more holiday baskets. So, those are the things that I have been up to now. Let me just share this with you, and this is just a little story time. And this is not going to be a long live again, but I don't know if you all have heard about the scams going on with your mortgages. So let me say this: if you have a mortgage, um, be very, very careful about the scams and things that are going on with mortgages. With that being said, no, I did not get caught up in a scam with my mortgage, but um, other things that are going on with mortgages across this country, and maybe some of you all are aware of it, maybe you're not. A lot of the tax assessors are assessing or appraising the values of properties at a much, much higher appraisal rate. Therefore, your taxes are increasing. And they do this around July, and then they go back and say, oh, okay, well, you don't have enough in escrow to meet your tax payment amount at the end of the year. So they take what you're lacking and tack it on to your mortgage. All right, so yes, I have had that happen. The blessing is my mortgage did not go up a whole lot, so it's still a doable thing. However, there are some people out there whose mortgages have gone up $2,000 and $3,000, that are losing their homes because of this. Um, so, if you're not aware of that, that is what's a part of what's going on, or what has been going on with me. That's one of the things. The bank that I am with for my mortgage sold my mortgage to another company. So I had to vet all of this to make sure this was legitimate, that the bank really did sell, before I gave these people any money. Because we're just in that time, right? And if you look like me, you already know that they're trying to get our houses and homes and everything else, that they can take from us. And I work too hard for my little piece of peace uh, to be paying with it. So I had to vet all of that. Now, instead of my old mortgage company, and they just came out here and started doing grass. See if y'all can see them up there riding that lawnmower. But instead of my mortgage company, and the way I do my my mortgage is paid ahead. All right, so instead of the mortgage company notifying me that they were going to sell at an earlier time, because I would have went on and transferred the account then. They waited until all the payments had been paid up or the date caught up with the payments, I guess you could say. So that gave me 2 weeks to get a full mortgage payment together, because my payments were no longer ahead, which pissed me off, because I worked really, really hard to get ahead like that. And then they notified me about it. So that was an issue. And then instead of transferring my homeowner's insurance, they canceled the policy. So when they did that, my homeowner's insurance is now saying I have to open a whole new policy. Well, guess what the insurances are doing now? The insurances are trying to give you rates that are outrageous, 5, 6,000, 9,000 a year, and all of that. Right, so that's gonna jack your house payment up a good $800 or $900 a month. All right, and we ain't playing that game. So I did manage to find some homeowners insurance that I'm gonna go with, instead of reopening a new policy under new rates with the company I was with. So it's been, when I tell you, it has been a roller coaster. All of that stuff that you all are hearing about that they're trying to do, they literally are trying to do these things. Um, but I've been blessed enough that my homeowners policies and all of that have not gone up too much. So I take that blessing and I run with it. I'm not going to stress over it because God is good. Let me see who's in this chat, y'all, because I done went off on the deep end and been running my mouth since I opened it up. There's Brenda. Hello, Brenda Alexander. Miss Alicia's in the building. Hello, pretty girl. Good to see all of you. I miss you too, Tasha. It's good to see you, sweetie. Listen, I'm in the midst of telling y'all everything that's been going on, y'all, because when I tell you it has been a roller coaster, it has. And I've worked 18, well, 19 straight days in a row with none off, including weekends. So I haven't been able to do any lives. And sometimes when they put you on call, you may or may not get called in. I have been called in every single day. So I was in the crafty corner and making some more videos because I have some baskets and things that I need to make. But I miss you too, Miss Tasha. Alicia says I'm in Walmart. I almost screamed when I saw notification. Aw, don't scream, girl. Them folks come pick you up in Walmart. But I'm happy to be on here. I miss you all. And I definitely want you all to know that I do think about you. I pray for you. I have caught some videos incognito because that's the only way I'm able to catch them at work. And that seems to be where I spend most of my time. Decorating time with Rochelle says, good evening, everyone. And she's in the building. Hello, 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 Rochelle. They're still classy. She says, hey, baby doll, darling, good to see you. There's Never in a Million. Says, hey, Katrina and Chad. Hello, darling. There's Miss Nessa. Hey, Katrina and everyone in the chat. Hello, Miss Nessa. Good to see you. Never in a Million says, glad to see you on. I'm glad to be on. I am. Because like I said, it's like everything that you all can imagine has been trying to suck up every bit of time that I have. So I've had to literally reclaim some things because I'm like, hold up. Sister too old for this. I've had to thwart off a couple of scams. Well, one big scam that my sister was trying to get involved in. And finally, she realized after her own vetting that it was a scam, which I had been telling her from the beginning, but I wasn't going to let her spend no money, so we wasn't going to go that far. But I did let her go on and figure it out and vet it and all that good stuff. Hello, Lisa, my belle. Lisa says, hey, my Katrina and Chad. Good to see you. Never Me says, hey, Lisa. KOK says, hey, sis. Hey, KOK. Good to see you, sweetheart. I hope you are doing well. I hope everybody is doing well. And then here's the other thing that happened, which is another story time, y'all. Listen, when I tell y'all it has been thick as mud over here, it's like, I'm getting attacked. I'm good, y'all. Down here where I live, they don't jump out there and protest a whole lot of stuff. You know, what they do is they try to get in your financial accounts and things like that. And that's how they operate down here, which we knew and we were prepared for. We have a lot of, I don't want to say media, I'll say web outlets that we can use to vet some of these scams. But somebody tried, I don't know how they got into my bank account, but they got in through my card, which I don't use my card for a whole lot. But anyway, they tried to get in through my card. All right, so I was able to stop that. So, of course, I had to get rid of the card. All right, so I got a new card. And I kid y'all not, I didn't go anywhere but to the gas station. Used the card to put gas in the car. Came home, started cooking dinner, and my phone dings. So I look at it, and it's my bank has put a freeze on a transaction on my account. And I'm like, what in the world? So I look at it, It ain't a transaction I made because it was made while I was in the house cooking dinner. And I'm like, wow, it was a new card. I'd only used it one time. And boom, all of a sudden, someone else has the number. Brand new card. So now that card is shut off. So when I tell y'all the scams are real, they are out there and they are really trying. I put several more forms of security on my bank accounts and cards just to be safe. So now when I even open, do 10 things before I can get in to the account, but you got to do what you got to do. So that was another issue that was going on. Um, Lisa Bell says hi, Nim, and KOK. KOK says hi, Lisa. There's all occasion gifts. I can't even talk, y'all. All occasion gifts. Hey, darling says hey, Katrina. There's Miss Crafty Leo. Listen. I was trying to get through the TV to get that shrimp and stuff you cook, girl. It looks so good. Crafty Leo says hey, Miss Katrina and everybody. Ooh, that jumped right on there. Wait a minute. Go back. Go back. Go back. Go back. Let's see. Hang on, y'all. I got to go back because it just jumped all over the place when I was just fixing to read KOK's post. Here it goes. Nope, that ain't it. Y'all phones be jumping all over the place? Because mine do. Constantly. My dog is out here running around, y'all. Alright, so, alright, let me go back up, y'all. I'm sorry. KOK says, I hate when they sell your mortgage. It's a headache. Yeah, that part. That is, and I don't even get that. I don't understand why you would sell a mortgage that's paid up ahead. You getting your money, everything is good. I mean, to me, that's a good account to keep. Why would you sell that account? That's my. I'm like, why would you do that? That just doesn't even make sense to me. Lisa Bell says, "Hey, Crafty, KOK, a little at all occasions." Crafty says, "Hey, KOK, never million says great awareness. They tried something similar with my mortgage, and assumed I couldn't pay the difference, and charged the amount plus interest each month. Oh no, not today. That part, yeah. Um, when I say God is good, He is, because they haven't priced me my house. They're never gonna do that. But when I tell you it just ticked me off, it ticked me off so bad, y'all, because it's one of those things where you know you're being messed with and you know why. And that's just par for the core, I guess, because of everything going on in this country right now. Um, let's see. Nessa says, I've been keeping an eye on the real estate market. There's a lot of shady deals going on. Yes, there is. It keeps rolling away, y'all. I'm sorry. Um, let's see. Stop licking me. She said there's a lot of shady dealing across the country. There is. Shamika says, hey, Crafty. Hey, Shamika. KOK says, what, Nessa? Million says, yes, Nessa. Yeah, there is. There is a lot. Y'all have to really keep them eyes open and see what's going on. There is a girl here in Georgia. Her name is Tiffany. Her and her father have a farm in upper Georgia somewhere. And her neighbors have been harassing her, doing all kinds of things to try to get them out of that farm. And I mean, literally, she's had to put cameras up so that she could catch them in the act of doing all of these things. And she's got a lot of footage on YouTube showing these people doing stuff. I think that they're finally getting some legal recourse now, but it has taken her some years to get the police to do anything. Shamika says, hope all is well, Katrina. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Fighting the battle, girl. Fight battle, but it's all good. Crafty Leo says, I need to do that as well, Mrs. Nessa. I was just talking about the homeowner's insurance today. Nessa says, yes, we were just talking about this. Rochelle says, miss you, Crafty. I miss you too, sweetheart. I'm glad y'all could pop in this evening. Lisa Bell says, hey, Mika, Nessa, and Rochelle. Crafty Leo says, yes, ma'am, Miss Nessa. So, if God bless you, if your mortgages are already paid, that's wonderful. If you're renting from someone that is not going to jack these rents up on you, that's fantastic. I can tell you right now, I got a house full of people simply because they can't pay the rents. They can't. There's no way. The studio apartments down here in LaGrange are going for $1,500 and up. That's a studio. All right, so it's crazy. Never a Minute says, yeah, there's a crypto scam going around. Yeah, that's the one my sister liked to got in. Does it involve mopeds? Never in a million. Yeah. Crafty Leo says, fight back. Yep, yep, yep. Still Classy says, hey, Lisa. Lisa Bell says, oh, no. Yeah, it's crazy, y'all. It is crazy out here. I mean, you really have got to be diligent. Have you seen the, here's the other mind blower. I don't know that it's really a mind blower, but the utility prices here in Georgia, now I can only speak for Georgia because that's where I'm at, have incurred a 50% increase. Facts. That's going up too. Crafty Leo says, wow. Still Classy says, wow. Crystal's Unique says, hello. Hey, excuse me. Hey, Crystal. I'm okay, sweetheart. How are you doing? Crafty Leo says, thank you, Miss Katrina. Yes, girl, I wanted that shrimp. I ain't gonna lie. I'm sitting here just watching you cook it. Just drooling. I had a white mouth. I'm like, oh my God, girl, turn this thing off. All Things with a K is in the building. Says, hello, hello, darling. Good to see you. Shamika says, sounds like someone has your social security number, possibly. Well, they had to have the card number because that's what they used was the number from the card. And I don't know how they would have gotten it off the new card. So I'm thinking that there are people, that have those card readers that are walking by, because I don't have one of those wallets that you can't scan something through. You know what I mean? But they do have the wallets that you can block those things with. And I'm thinking that there's some of that going on. My daughter brought up a good point. She says, well, with everything going on, Mom, she said it might have been somebody in the bank that got that card number and tried to charge the card. Could have been. Don't know. Don't know. But, I'm just telling all of y'all, be very, very careful and keep a very vigilant eye on what's going on with your property, with your insurances, with your all of this, because some of these insurance companies will find a reason to cancel you and then try to open up a new account with you at a much, much higher rate. Because when I say these rates are high, y'all, I did an Allstate quote for my house, and this is with Allstate. You're in good hands with Allstate, y'all. That quote was $9,000. Who gonna pay $9,000 a year for some homeowners insurance? Sister, this sister here ain't. I promise you I'm not. I'm not gonna do it. That's way too much. And I mean way too much. Crafty Leo says I need to be out there running with him. Who running, girl? Who running? Intergirl Shay says, hey, y'all, that's Chandrell. Chandrell is saying hello. All Things with a K says, hey, Miss Lisa. She said, please hit the like hit the thumbs up as you enter. Thank you, all things with a K. I appreciate it. She says, "Oh wow, that's crazy." Yeah, everything around me here has been doing some crazy stuff, and I honestly thought it was just me until I heard some other people talking about it. So I started googling stuff to see what was going on, and sure enough, that's what's going on across this country, y'all. I kid you not. Google that stuff, pull it, do a search on YouTube. I promise you, it's you'll find all these videos about it. Oh, the dog was running. Yeah, he done ran in the house now. He's a little scary, but Never the Million says, and they deny claims left and right. Yep, but charge 10K. That part right there. Who gonna pay 10K a year for some homeowners insurance? That is crazy. Shot the Queen Faison. Shot Queen Faison is in the house. Hey sis, hey, good to see you. She says, hey sis, miss you. Hey everybody, I miss you too, sweetie. I miss you too. I heard y'all was looking for me the other day, and I tried to chime in. After they told me that, I went back to the video. I was gonna leave you a little message on the video, but I didn't even get a chance to do that, Sean. But I appreciate you, and thank you so much for thinking about me. I'm just over here going through, trying my best not to. And on top of that, on top of all of that, y'all, I am babying this car. Y'all see the car right there? She acting up. She is acting up. We're having to do a oil and filter change on this car at least once a month, to the point where I'm scared to drive it anywhere other than to work right here in town. So if I need to get a cab to get somewhere, I can. But I've just really had to revamp the whole way where I do my finances and everything, simply because of everything that's going on. So I've had to put a lot of things, as far as like getting my hauls out and all of that, on hiatus. And that's why I said I had to change the way that I'm doing my baskets. Um, but I'm a firm believer that God will provide. He always does. And like I said, I have had a steady flow of custom orders. With this last one being the baby shower, and this one, I was getting on the elevator at work, and one of the ladies that I've known for years and years and years stopped me and just started chit chatting and everything, and asked me what I do other than just working at the hospital. So I'm just telling her about the baskets, and she was saying, "Oh wow, I didn't even know you did baskets. I need some for a baby shower." So I gave her all my information and everything, and then she called me the next day about the baby shower, paid her deposit and everything. So I'm getting her baby shower gift together. And like I said, that's what I've been doing, is just mainly custom orders. And when I can videotape those custom orders, I do. Some people don't want them videotaped, and I get it, because some of the people they're giving it to subscribes to me. So I gotta chill on that a little bit. So I wasn't able to videotape a lot of those custom orders, because they're around town and people that subscribe. Lisa Bell says, "Hey Queen, talking to you, Chandrell. All things with a K says, hey Chandrell." Miss Shamika says, "Hey Shant." All things with a K says, "Hey Ma Shant." And Rochelle says, "Hello Queen." Um, Sean says, "I understand, sis. Um, what is that? Is definitely not, life is definitely not being kind at times, but God, that's right, but God." And I'm very, very thankful, because this could have went a whole different way, y'all. It really could have, but and I'll be the first one to tell you, I'm not rich. I do this by myself. I am not rich, but God has put me in a place and in a position to where what these people are doing in the world, He's not going to let it hurt me, or my family. So, but God, Sean, absolutely, but God. All occasions gifts is my Apple Card, having the same problem. Yeah, see, like I said, I went and put a whole bunch of security things on these cards and stuff that I have, and my bank account. So I'm grateful that the bank had enough sense to contact me and put a freeze on the card, and that way I didn't lose any money in that respect. Because the first time that transaction was $3,000, y'all, and I'm like, huh. First of all, I don't even do transactions that big on my card. If I got to do something that big, I just go in the bank and get a money order, get a check, get a cash, something like that. That's how I do that, okay? Because I just don't want that much money filtering through the airways. All things with the cases. Congrats on all the orders. Thank you, darling. I appreciate it. Still Classy says, hey, Miss Shant. Lisa Bell says, amen. That's right, honey. But God, all things with a case says exactly. We are in the world, but not of it. And that is correct. So all things we do be led by him, and sometimes the why will come later, because y'all know how much I fuss about having to go to work. Oh my God, I gotta go to work today. I'm on call today. I don't want to be on call this time. Oh my God, y'all know how I fuss. um, but he knows what he's doing. So I promise y'all, I ain't gonna say I don't fuss all the time, because sometimes I'm really, really tired and I don't want to get up. But I say that prayer, I roll on over and get on up and go on in when I'm on call, even though I don't want to, um, because I know that it is for the greater good. A lot of times people would come and ask me, hey, you want your call day on Monday? And I'd say no. And when I say this is how God works, y'all, I would say, nah, you can have it if you need it. Go ahead and get it. Go ahead and get it. That's why I wasn't doing a whole lot of call for a while. Because it wasn't because I was asking people to do it. They would come and ask me for it. And I'd be like, oh, sure, you can have it. Well, for a good 2 months, these last 2 months, um, nobody's asked for it. I had one girl ask me last week, and I said, no, I'm good, because I have done got back into the swing of it and realized that God is looking out for me, and I need to go ahead and work my call shifts when they call me in and call it a day, so that and then when I came to that realization, I was like, okay. And then the stuff started happening with the house and with the so he will wake you up and then reveal things to you. So I'm very, very grateful for that. Sean says God is looking out. Sean, and it rolled away. Looking out for us through it all. But them growing pains is real. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. But like I said, I'm glad that I was in a position to where what they're doing is not hurting me, in that sense. Now, the garden is going pretty good, and it's been pretty much self-growing itself, because all the rain's been coming, so I ain't had to go out there and water anything. I did some fertilizations out there, but I haven't even had time to get back there to get some things. And I went in there today, y'all. My mama's standing there eating a tomato like it's an apple. That's how she eats tomatoes, with her little salt shaker, biting into this tomato. And I said, oh, that's a nice looking tomato. She said, yeah, it came off your plant. I washed it up. It was so pretty. I washed it up and everything. I just couldn't leave it there. So she done ate one of my tomatoes. And it's okay. She likes them. I'm glad. But God is good. God is really good. Bourbon Bubblegum is in the building, and says Katrina with the hearts. Hello, hello. And saying hello to all things with a K. All right, and everybody's saying hello, hello, and hello with the hearts and all that good stuff. Um, let's see. All right, so um, that's where I'm at, y'all. This weekend, I'm pounding the shed to get her straightened out, cleaned up, and everything. So my live Wednesday night, and I will be live next Wednesday night, will be in the Crafty Corner. And I do have some, like I said, Christmas baskets that I've already done. And I'm going to be doing some more. And I'm also going to be doing my, what am I doing, y'all? What am I doing? My homemade jellies. All right, so I will have some baskets that will have some canned jellies in there, different flavors and things like that. And the only reason I'm doing that is because I've had people ask me for jelly, and I've had lots of people asking for jelly, y'all. So I'm gonna be doing some jelly baskets with crackers and maybe the little biscuits that you put the jelly on, and yeah, we'll do some of those. Um, and some planter baskets for people that want to start gardens that don't know where to start. Because I can promise you, there ain't nothing like growing your own food and having it beats having to deal with these prices in the stores that are going on right now. Um, if y'all, I don't know how y'all's WalMarts look. Mine's emptying out. Ah, that Walmart is getting empty. You hear what I'm saying? Every time I go in there and get meats, there's less and less, less and less. All right, so couple of things that we're doing. My son-in-law will be fencing the yard in, and y'all may see some chickens out here soon. Need some egg layers because I'm not paying no 15, 16, $17 for eggs, y'all. My little can of coffee, the little can of coffee Folgers that I buy, $17, y'all. Oh my God. So, we one thing's gonna happen over here is we gonna eat if we don't do nothing else. We gonna eat them vegetables on that back porch. And I may take y'all along with me when I harvest my potatoes, because those will be harvested soon. They're getting ready. The leaves on those are starting to fall back, so they're starting to get ready. And I may save it for my garden channel so that those that are actually into the gardening stuff can see it. Um, you get eggs at BJ's. Yeah, we have a BJ's down here, but the price of everything is going up. Right now, I get eggs free from a lady that I work with. She brings cartons and cartons of eggs. She puts them in the staff refrigerator, and you can go in there and get whatever you want. All she asks is that you bring the carton back to her so that she can get more eggs and fill them up and bring them back in. So I bring my cartons, set them on top of the refrigerator, and then she'll take them. And when she comes back to work, she has them filled up and they're all in the fridge. So you just go in there, claim you some eggs, and however, I don't think that she'll be able to do that for long. Sean says we all may end up having to come out your garden. Come on, honey, I'm trying to grow enough for us all. When I get it, it's right now, it's up on my back porch, Sean. And I do have a lot of things growing out there. But we're trying to move it down into the yard so we can make it a bigger garden and possibly do some egg laying chickens as well as some meat chickens. Um, which chicken is, I don't know, we'll see what happens with chicken, but the price of it, I don't see that going up too much. But all these other things are just so high, it's ridiculous. And I mean, literally have gone up. I don't know if y'all have noticed at Dollar General, those prices have gone up too. Um, the Dollar Tree, yeah, he's fixing to go up again. I saw something about that I was reading a couple of days ago. So yeah, the prices of everything is going up, and I encourage you to grow some food. You know, or even if you don't grow your food and you still grocery shop, start canning stuff so that you have something if you need it. I'm not saying we're going to need anything. Maybe we won't. God is good, and I trust and believe him. But I can also honestly tell you that I believe in my heart that that garden started because that's what I feel like he has led me to do. So we're going to see what happens, and we all in this together now. I will say this: if you're wanting to start a garden and you don't know where to start, I'm happy to send you seeds. I will send you what you need to get started, and I'm happy to do that. I will do that for free, y'all, because I want you all to eat. I want everybody that I've been in this community with for a couple of years now, a few years now, to eat. So and those that aren't in this community are in other communities just out here trying to live. I want everybody to do well, and I know some of you already have beautiful gardens. All things with a case says free eggs is a blessing. Yes, it is. And I'm happy for free, but like I said, I don't believe she's going to be able to continue to do that. And people are so ungrateful, y'all. They are. Oh my God, they are so ungrateful. I started a just a little thank you fund for people to just put a couple of dollars in. Not no $20, $30, $5 or $10, $2 or $3 in to give to this lady because she's got to feed these chickens that she's bringing everybody eggs from. And do you know only me and another lady put money in there? But everybody signed the card. Sure did. I was just shocked. I was like, wow. I said, these are some ungrateful people. So I couldn't do anything but shake my head. I was like, God don't like ugly. So now when I hear them complaining about the prices of everything and all that, I don't open my mouth because I'm like, yeah, but you all showed us who you were, because here's this lady bringing you free eggs, and I wouldn't have said a word if it were people that weren't really getting the eggs from her. But these were people that were actually going in the refrigerator, getting the eggs, and stuff like that, because she doesn't assign them to anybody. It's first come, first serve. So everyone that's gotten eggs from her should have contributed something, a dollar, $2, $3, something. So I just thought that was just tacky, and it told me a lot. Monique Powell's in the building, says, hey, Katrina and everyone. Hey, Monique. Um, Bourbon Bubblegum says that shot the Queen phase on. When you get the garden, what are you going to do? Um, you don't like the dirt. Honey, when that dirt starts spitting out some beautiful food, she's going to love the dirt. And she's laughing at you now, but I promise you, she would love that dirt. Crafty Leo says, amen. I have plenty of seeds to share too. Yes, I'm more than happy to share seeds, y'all. I have just, well, not just, maybe a week ago, I started the fall garden. And I'm trying to do some succession planning so that I have something all year round. Um, but I did start the fall garden, and a lot of those things have uh, sprouted. So I've had to put some of those in the dirt already. So we got corn and all kinds of stuff. I got a bunch of peppers that are going to be ripe real soon. And I'll be getting those. But I've canned a lot of stuff too. Still Classy says, oh, Katrina, you are so sweet. Oh, thank you, sweetie. I try. I'm just me, still classy. Debbie, you talk to me on the phone, baby. I'm just me. Anything I can do for somebody, I'm more than happy to. And I'm always for the good of people. Um, I don't want to see people fail. It breaks my heart, especially when you think about it. I'm one of those people, y'all. If people are stealing from the store, it pisses me off, because they're the reason prices go up. They're the reason these people that are trying to make a living by opening this store can't even earn a living and feed their families, because they have to jack their prices up so high that nobody can afford them. So now you not only are affecting the people that are trying to support these stores, something's crawling on me. You are affecting the people that own these stores as well. All right, they can't feed their families and stuff. And I don't know, I just believe that when you're blocking other people's blessings, that's a sin. That's very sinful. The Bible says don't be a stumbling block. So you have to make sure that the things that you say, do, taste, touch, and feel are not a stumbling block to someone else. And you will see, if you look around, you see a lot of that going on, because people don't look down the road. Some people don't even look past themselves, as far as uh, loving thy neighbor and taking care of each other, just as people. So I get it. I do. Sean says, don't y'all come for me. That's right. Y'all gonna leave Sean alone, because I'm telling you, once that food start growing, she says she will help. but once that food starts growing, she gonna love the dirt. Crafty Leo says people are ungrateful, very, very, and it saddens me. It really does because we weren't born with everything we have. It's a blessing from God, and He is the steward of it. We're just the or He's the it belongs to Him. We're just the stewards. We're stewards of the food He provides for us. We're stewards of the clothes He puts on our back. So we got to take care of everything that we get and that we have. Um, Bourbon Bubblegum says, still classy. I hope you had a great day. We're praying for no technical difficulties tonight. That's right. Lisa Bill says, some people are just weird. They are. They are, Lisa. Really. Oh, my God. But these folks I work with, I told y'all it's a den of demons. Just ungrateful. Not, I mean, they act like, some of them act like uh, she's obligated to bring these eggs. And I just shake my head like, wow. It makes me not even want to get any of her eggs simply because of the way other people act. And I'm like, but I gave the money, and hell, I try to be thankful and grateful. But yeah, people are just weird. Um, Bourbon Bubblegum, still classy, says, you mean tomorrow. Alicia says, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Um, the Dollar Tree I'm in wish they had self checkout. The line so long. Yep, that part. That part. Alicia says some people are too proud to ask for help and would rather steal. Yeah, this is true. However, I can tell you that stealing in this arena might get them sent to El Salvador. So they may not be wanting to do that right now. Right now. Now, this girl came on YouTube and did a whole video on how she wasn't paying the larger prices. She was just going to steal it. And I mean, literally went on there and told everybody she was just going to steal it. And I was like, oh, my goodness.
Where's your car keys?
In my black bag.
You want to get some ketchup.
Um, so, we ain't going to steal over here. We going to pray. Bourbon Bubblegum says he's our sustainer. Yes, he is, and he will take care of us. He's working it out. The song says, for you and for me, he's working it out. So yes, that is what Sister K over here has been up to, y'all. Those are the battles I've been fighting over here, and like I said, we had the calm, we've had the storm, and now things are calming down now, with the finances, with the everything, and hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to go do one of my hauls because I'm wanting to go to Hobby Lobby and Dollar Tree. But I'm just really, really, really trying to wait till I get a card. My card comes in, or I will just do it a different way. But that's what I'm waiting on, y'all. So, and like I said, we gotta pray without ceasing. Y'all make sure you keep praying for each other. There's details and designs. Miss Renee is in the building. Hello, darling. Hang on, because you rolled right on away before I could read it. Ooh, this this phone here. All right, let's see. Monique says, I will start a garden next year and will probably be needing seeds. Well, you will definitely, you can get some from me, Speedy. I drive them right on up there to you. And I don't know what zone you're in. I'm zone 8A down here in my southwest neck of the woods. Shamika says, I'll be doing the same thing at Bourbon Bubblegum. Um, Dearest Mars, what should you plant in the fall? I don't know. In fall plants, you want to plant your leafy greens and um, food that's has some cold tolerance. because it's going to get a little chilly in the fall. So it's going to be mainly your leafy greens, your cabbage, your spinach, um, your herbs. You might could you might be able to get a harvest of corn in. Just depends on where you are. Um, and let's see, what did I plant? Okra, asparagus, artichokes. Those are the types of things you want to plant for fall. Beans, things like that. Decorating time with Rochelle says, so true. Yeah, people are just. Alicia says, amen. Still Classy says, at Bourbon Bubblegum, I do it all the time. Bourbon Bubblegum says, an entrepreneurial diary, Shamika, child, it rolled away. I'm going to read a few more, y'all, and then we will, I'm going to let you get off of here. Well, darn. I don't even know which way this thing is rolling now. All right, so Miss Renee says, hey, Katrina and chat. So happy to see you. Happy that you could pop in, sweetie. I'm so glad to see all of y'all. I really have missed y'all. I really have. Um, y'all see this? He just knocking my camera all over like I'm in his way. Y'all see how big he is? He's huge. Humongous. Stop putting your nails in me. Get out. Yes, honey, he is humongous. Sean says, I'm watching you and football. Who winning, Sean? Monique says, oh, Sean, I forgot about the game. Who winning, girl? Sedona says, Renee, I mailed your mystery box today. Awesome. Rochelle says, you go to Walmart, they locking up soap and body wash. Yeah, honey, they locking up everything. They are locking it up. Yes, ma'am. Monique says, Panthers versus Cleveland Browns. And Sean says they are tied 7-7, y'all. Uh, Renee says, I saw your video, Sedona. Catherine is in the building. Says, hello, everyone. Hello, hello. All right, y'all. If I missed saying hi, I am so sorry. I didn't mean to. I hope that I was able to catch everybody and say hello. And like I said, I just wanted to give y'all some transparencies of what's really going on down here in the Crafty Corner. And like I said, it has not had anything to do with per se making baskets or per se doing the garden. It has been one thing after another. And sometimes we have to wait on God and let God put it in order for us. So that's what I have been doing. And He is doing that. Um, I'm with you, Sean. I'm about to go to bed myself. I am very much on the sleepy side. I am tired. That's been the other issue. By the time I get off work or get off uh, a call, I'm so exhausted. It is ridiculous. But anywho, I am glad I was able to pop on and spend some time with you all. Thank you all so much for popping in. Thank you all for the love and support that you always show me, and I appreciate you all so much. Um, I am in the backgrounds, like I said, watching. Um, and I hope that you all continue to grow, but continue to pray and continue to take care of each other. Those of you that have reached out to me, I'm getting attacked by bugs, y'all. Those of you that have reached out, thank you. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. I love you too, Sean. Thank you so much, sweetie. Love you, Monique. Thank you for the gold hearts. Miss Shamika says, have a great weekend with the gold hearts. This Dearest Mars in Connecticut. Still, oh, okay. You're in the Connecticut. Okay, I have the. Ooh, I think you're like in a different time zone, not time zone, but growing zone. But I'll post some information on your area, sweetie. Still Classy says, we love you bunches, Katrina. I love you too, Still Classy. Thank you so much for all the phone calls and the little hearts and the love that you send to me through the telephone waves. I love you too, sweetie. Thank you so much. Miss Nessa says, have a wonderful evening. You too, Miss Nessa. Thank you for your words of wisdom tonight. I appreciate you. Crafty Leo says, Auntie Ellen is in her time zone. Okay. Okay. Um, Crafty Leo says, her grow zone. I got you, sweetie. I'll post what it is in Connecticut. I'm not sure what the zone is, but I'm guessing that you're in a lower number zone as far as I'm in zone 8A. So I'm guessing you're probably in zone 5 or something like that. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll get that out there. Nessa says, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Monique. Rochelle says, have a blessed day, Crafty. I will. I love all of you all. Thank you all for popping in. You all stay prayed up. Stay prayed up. Stay prayed up. You all be blessed. But most importantly, be a blessing.